Hey guys, a warm welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to walk you through my honest review of the MLOONG Dragon Gaming PC desktop, with spec sheet that looks like a beast. Intel Core i9-14900KF, 24 cores, base 3.2 GHz up to 6.0 GHz, GeForce RTX 5080 16GB, 64 GB DDR5-6000 RAM, 2 TB NVMe SSD, 850 WPSU, running Windows 11 Home in a black case. I've scoured across the internet, read multiple forum posts, spec sheets, and counterpoints to bring you a clear picture of whether this is really worth your hard-earned cash. First, let's talk performance. That i9-14900KF is among Intel's high-end chips, especially with its 24 cores, which combine performance and efficiency cores, and a turbo clock up to 6.0 GHz. For gaming, video editing, streaming, 3D rendering, it should deliver excellent frame rates and snappy responsiveness. The RTX 5080 16GB, assuming it's a legit model, will help push modern games smoothly at 1440p, or even 4K with some settings dialed down. The 64 GB of DDR5-6000 is more than enough for almost any task for now and future buffered upgrades. The storage side is solid. 2 TB NVMe gives a lot of space, fast load times, and quick installs. The 850W power supply is generous, likely giving some overhead for upgrades or overclocking, assuming good components and cooling. With Windows 11 Home pre-installed, you get modern features out of the box, though you'll want to ensure drivers, BIOS are up to date. The build appears to be high-spec on paper. I also looked into build quality, support and brand reputation. MLOONG is less known in many Western markets compared to big names, but they seem to have been around, and there are user reports that what is promised is delivered. I couldn't find many credible reviews or in-depth tests with the exact 14900KF plus RTX 5080 combo, so there's a bit of a trust gap. Cougar, MSI, Asus and others have more track record. Also, cooling, noise, and component sourcing are areas where less documented brands sometimes cut corners. A few things to check are thermals and noise. High-performance chips and GPUs like these generate heat, and unless the case design, fan setup, airflow, and cooling are well engineered, you might hear loud fans or see thermal throttling under full load. Also, driver, firmware support matters. If a newer GPU or CPU, firmware updates may matter especially for stability. Power draw will be substantial under load, so your electricity cost and PSU efficiency are relevant. Now let's critically analyze the product. First, the biggest red flag is potential exaggeration or ambiguity. The RTX 5080 inches is not yet a common off-the-shelf name in many established model lineups, so there is a risk it might be a custom or rebranded chip, or a less-known variant. Also, when I searched, I couldn't find substantial benchmark data showing stable 4K 120fps performance with that GPU. You may need to lower settings. Another limitation is upgrade potential. How easy it is to replace parts, whether warranty is solid, shipping and service support or where lesser-known brands often disappoint. Finally, price matters. If this costs significantly more than equivalent builds from mainstream established vendors, the premium might not justify the gaps in reputation or support. So is it worth buying, and why? If the price is competitive, meaning you're paying close to what you would for similarly spec'd machines from big brands or building yourself, then yes, this is very tempting. You get top-tier CPU, large RAM, big fast storage, and a power supply that gives some headroom. But if the cost is much higher or warranty support is weak in your region, or if you are sensitive to noise and thermal behavior, then maybe go with a more tested name or wait for reviews of this exact model. To wrap up, after doing a lot of research, I think the MLOONG Dragon Gaming PC with those specs can be worth buying, especially if you want high performance now, are okay with potential trade-offs in brand, service, and can get it at a fair price. If you value warranty, after-sales service, and certainty, You might still prefer brands with more third-party bench tests. But overall, it's not a paper tiger, it looks capable. Click the link below for the best price.